Tosa East and have been involved in our community in many different ways. As having a daughter at one of the Tosa schools, I don't think there's anybody that would argue that they're in desperate need of a little TLC or a lot of TLC. The question I have is more geared towards factors that are outside of this board, outside of the community, and landing in either the greater metro area or the data or the facts that are outside of our control. Looking for data and facts, the questions I have that I would pose for you is, we take a look at some of the funding sources that come from students outside of our community and how that funding makes up the income for our schools, and how that then correlates to the 20-year payback for this proposal, this referendum. The reason I ask that is if those policies were to change, and if the state were to, if in control of those funding sources, were to redact that, and I know that various funding sources from students outside the community have influenced our district in many different ways over the last couple decades, to say the least, and beyond. If those things change, how does taking that funding away affect our obligation as residents here? And how does that impact our financial obligations? And the reason I ask that is, if the analysis didn't take into account the future of our school system as it's defined by building schools for our community, or are we building schools for the region? These are facts that I don't know that they've been examined. It's why I'm asking. And I think of other well-intended referendums that have gone horribly wrong. And I think about the county payback and the lump sum that were paid out to several thousand county employees as unintended consequences of similar broad stroke decisions. And if those funding mechanisms haven't been evaluated in this process, all the fantastic work that the Facility Advisory Committee has done has been done without all the data. And so that lends itself to the process that's been employed. Bringing in a consultant that isn't going to be part of the bidding process later on provides and injects that objectivity, provides that opportunity for analysis. As I understand it, that hasn't been done. The great work that everybody has done to this point, from what I understand now, has been done on the shoulders of assumptions that exclude some of the really strategic issues that are at hand. Are we building schools for our community, or are we building schools for our region? And so if before you make a decision on voting on this referendum, I think it's important that you consider those facts and that data and how they apply to the analysis at hand. Thank you.